I've had this Osaki OS-Pro Maestro 4D L-track massage chair in my place for a while now, and I kept telling myself I'd get around to reviewing it once the novelty wore off. That finally happened when I realized I wasn't using it like a toy anymore. I was using it like a tool. After workouts, after long desk days, and honestly on nights when my back just felt tight for no good reason. So this is the Osaki OS-Pro Maestro 4D L-track massage chair, and I'm going to tell you what it's actually like to live with it, not just what the feature list says. To put it in the category it belongs in, this isn't a cheap entry-level massage chair you grab on a whim. And it's also not one of those ultra-premium chairs that feels like it's priced for luxury showrooms. In my experience, it lands in that serious, I want real relief at home tier for people who know they'll use it consistently. If you're the type who gets a massage twice a year and forgets about it, I don't think you need something this intense. If you're dealing with recurring tightness, you train, you stand all day, or you just want a dependable routine to unwind, that's where this chair makes sense. The biggest thing I noticed early on is that the Maestro isn't shy. The first time I tried it, I actually laughed a little because it felt more assertive than I expected. Not painful exactly, but it definitely let me know it meant to do work. The trick for me was learning how to set it up so it matches my body and my mood that day. When I'm sore and want pressure, I let it be aggressive. When I'm tired and just want to relax, I back off the intensity and let it be more of a gentle reset. Real-world use is pretty simple. I sit back, let it do the body scan, and I've learned to plant my shoulders and head where they should be while it's scanning. If I'm slouched or not fully back, the rollers can end up feeling like they're aiming a little high for my neck. Once I got into the habit of sitting all the way back for those few seconds, it's been consistent. The massage feel is what you're buying here. The 4D thing sounds like marketing until you feel it change rhythm in a way that doesn't feel robotic. With older chairs I've tried, the rollers move like a machine running a pattern. This one changes pace mid-move, like it slows down when it hits a tight spot, and then moves on. It feels closer to hands than most chairs I've used, especially when it's doing a kneading motion across my upper back. I also like that I can tone it down without losing the benefit. There are days when I don't want a deep session, and I can still get something relaxing instead of feeling like I'm bracing for impact. The second everyday benefit for me is the track coverage, because it doesn't stop at the lower back like my older chair did. My previous chair was an older S-track style, and it always felt like once it got to the lumbar area, that was it. With the Maestro, I feel the rollers travel down into that glute area and upper hamstrings, and that's a big deal if you sit a lot or you train legs. After a long walk or a lower body workout, that extra coverage makes it feel more like a full reset instead of just a back massage. The third thing I genuinely use every time is zero gravity. I thought that would be a try it once setting, but I keep going back to it because it changes how the pressure feels on my spine. In the more reclined position, my body weight settles in a way that makes the rollers feel more effective without me having to crank intensity. It also just feels better on days when my lower back is cranky. Plus, the space-saving design is real. I have mine fairly close to a wall, and it still reclines without me having to rearrange the room every time. I want to talk about the heat because people ask about that a lot. The heated back roller sensation is different from a typical heating pad. It's not like this huge blast of heat that you instantly notice from across the room. It's more subtle, and it shows up during the session, especially once I've been in the chair a few minutes and my back starts relaxing. For me, it's most noticeable when the rollers linger and I'm already warmed up. If you're expecting toasty blanket heat, you might be underwhelmed. If you treat it like supportive warmth that helps your muscles let go, it makes more sense. The foot area is another thing I use constantly, and it surprised me because I bought this mostly for my back. The foot rollers are intense at first. If you've never used a chair with strong foot rollers, it can feel like, oh wow, that's a lot. I got used to it, and now it's one of my favorite parts, especially after standing a lot. The combo of rolling and compression helps my feet feel less fatigued. I will say, if you're sensitive, you'll probably want to ease into it and not max it out day one. Bluetooth speakers are here too, and I actually do use them. I'm not claiming it turns the chair into a home theater, but it's convenient. I'll put on a playlist or a podcast-style video and just let the chair run a session. It's one less device to mess with, and it helps me stay consistent with using it. Compared to my older chair, the Maestro is stronger, more adjustable, and it feels like it covers more of my body in one session. My older one was fine for light relaxation, but it never got me that I feel looser when I stand up effect, unless I ran multiple sessions. With this one, I can do one solid session and actually feel a difference when I get out. Compared to more expensive chairs I've tried at showrooms and at friends' houses, I'd say those higher-end models sometimes feel smoother and quieter, and some of them have extra luxury touches. But the core reason I'd pay more how good the massage actually feels, this chair holds its own. In my experience, it's close enough where I don't feel like I'm missing out every time I sit down. The biggest difference is usually extra convenience features and refinement, not the basic outcome of getting relief. Now, the honest downsides. This chair is big and heavy. Once it's in place, you're not casually moving it around. Also, the default settings can be too strong if you're new to massage chairs or you prefer a gentle touch. I had to spend time dialing it in, so it felt good instead of overwhelming. The learning curve isn't hard, but it is real. And if your body is sensitive, you'll want to use the padding and lower the intensity until you figure out what works. As far as value for money, I look at it like this. I use it regularly. It didn't turn into a piece of furniture I ignore. It's become part of my routine, and that's what makes it worth it. If I were only using it once a month, I'd regret owning something this large. If you know you'll use it, I think it earns its place because it delivers that practical day-to-day benefit of feeling less tight and more comfortable in your body. If you've got questions about how it feels for certain body types, how intense the rollers are, or what programs I end up using most often, drop them in the comments and I'll answer based on my experience. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the Osaki OS-Pro Maestro 4D L-Track massage chair.